Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the top 3 riding habits that make you look dumb. Now, I'm not trying to call anyone out here, but let's be honest, we've all seen it. Riders cutting corners, ignoring basic safety, and generally making themselves look like amateurs. The truth is, these bad habits don't just make you look foolish, they can actually be downright dangerous. So if you're guilty of any of the habits we're going to talk about today, it's time to stop. Consider this your wake-up call. It's time to ditch the foolish habits and ride smart. We're going to break down each of these bad habits, explain why they're so problematic, and most importantly, show you how to fix them. So buckle up, pay attention, and let's get into it. First up, let's talk about gear, or more specifically, the lack thereof. It's a topic that can't be stressed enough, especially for those new to the world of motorcycling. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Safety should always come first. It's not just about protecting yourself, it's about setting an example for others on the road. Looking cool is a distant second. Sure, we all want to look good, but not at the expense of our safety. And let's be real, nothing screams, "I don't know what I'm doing," louder than hopping on a bike without the proper safety gear. It's a rookie mistake that can have serious consequences. Think about it. You wouldn't catch a seasoned carpenter on a job site without safety glasses, would you? They know the risks and take the necessary precautions. Or a chef in a professional kitchen without proper footwear. It's just common sense. They understand that their safety gear is essential to their job. The same goes for riding. Wearing the right gear is non-negotiable. It's not just about following the rules, it's about valuing your life and well-being. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but Edwin, helmets are hot and uncomfortable. Yes, they can be, especially in the summer. Or gloves make me feel like I can't grip the handlebars properly. Listen, I get it. These concerns are valid, but they shouldn't deter you from wearing the gear. But trust me, the discomfort of wearing proper gear pales in comparison to the potential consequences of not wearing it. A little sweat is a small price to pay for your safety. Imagine taking a spill at speed and cracking your head open on the pavement because you couldn't be bothered to wear a helmet. It's a nightmare scenario that can be easily avoided. Or worse, losing skin on your hands because you didn't want to wear gloves. The pain and recovery time are not worth the temporary discomfort. Suddenly that slight discomfort doesn't seem so bad, does it? When you weigh the pros and cons, the choice is clear. So, what constitutes proper gear? It's more than just a helmet and gloves. At the bare minimum, you need a helmet, gloves, and a jacket. But don't stop there. Consider adding more protective layers. And no, that old bicycle helmet you've had since you were a kid doesn't count. It's not designed for the kind of impact you might face on a motorcycle. Invest in a quality, DOT-approved helmet that fits you properly. Your head is worth the investment. Gloves should be full-fingered and made of leather or another durable material that will protect your hands in a slide. They should fit snugly but not restrict movement. And your jacket? Look for one with armor in the elbows, shoulders, and back. These areas are most vulnerable in a crash. Now, I know some of you are thinking, but Edwin, what about the heat? It's a valid concern, especially in warmer climates. Listen, there are plenty of ventilated gear options available these days that will keep you cool without sacrificing safety. Technology has come a long way in making gear more comfortable. Do your research, find what works for you, and make the investment. Your future self will thank you. Remember, riding a motorcycle is inherently risky, but that doesn't mean you should throw caution to the wind. By wearing the proper gear, you're significantly reducing the risk of serious injury. It's a simple step that can make a world of difference. And trust me, looking like a responsible rider who values their safety is always a good look. It's not just about you, it's about everyone who cares about you. All right, let's move on to our next riding habit that makes you look dumb ignoring traffic rules. This one really grinds my gears. It's not just about looking dumb, it's about putting yourself and others at risk. Look, I get it. The open road calls to you, the wind in your hair, the feeling of freedom. It's exhilarating. It's one of the best feelings in the world, right? But that doesn't give you a free pass to disregard the rules of the road. Those signs and signals are there for a reason. Traffic laws exist for a reason. They are designed to maintain order and safety on the roads. They're not suggestions, they're not guidelines, they're rules. And they apply to everyone, including motorcyclists. And they're there to keep everyone on the road safe, including you. Following them shows respect for other road users. Ignoring them not only puts you in danger, but also makes you look like a reckless, irresponsible rider. Think about it. Do you really want to be that person? When you blow through a red light, weave in and out of traffic, or speed down a residential street, what message are you sending to other drivers? You're essentially saying, my need for speed outweighs your safety, and that's not cool. It's not just about you, it's about everyone else on the road too. Not to mention, ignoring traffic laws is a surefire way to get pulled over. And trust me, that's not a fun experience, and nobody wants to deal with the hassle of the ticket, fines, or worse, points on their license. It can also lead to higher insurance premiums. It's just not worth it. The temporary thrill is not worth the long-term consequences. So what are some common traffic violations that riders often ignore? Running red lights, speeding, failing to yield, improper lane changes, the list goes on. Speeding, failing to yield, improper lane changes, the list goes on. Each of these actions can lead to dangerous situations. These might seem like minor infractions, but they can have serious consequences. A near miss today could be a fatal accident tomorrow. Remember, riding a motorcycle requires a heightened sense of awareness. You need to be constantly scanning the road and anticipating potential hazards. You're sharing the road with vehicles much larger than you, and you're more vulnerable in an accident. A collision with a car or truck can be devastating. That's why it's crucial to be extra vigilant and always follow traffic laws. It's about creating a safe environment for everyone. Here's a novel idea. Treat every other vehicle on the road as if it's being driven by someone who's not paying attention. This mindset can save your life. Assume they haven't seen you, anticipate their moves, and be prepared to react accordingly. Defensive riding is key. It's about being proactive, not reactive. Look, I'm not saying you have to be a perfect angel on two wheels. We all make mistakes, but we can minimize them by being mindful. But by simply following the rules of the road, you're not only ensuring your own safety, but also the safety of everyone around you. It's a collective effort, and that's what being a responsible rider is all about. It's about respect, safety, and enjoying the ride without unnecessary risks. And finally, let's talk about the granddaddy of all riding habits that make you look dumb, showing off with stunts. Now I understand the appeal, pulling off a wheelie, popping a stoppie, or carving through corners at breakneck speeds. It looks cool, it gets the adrenaline pumping, and it might even impress a few onlookers. But here's the thing, it's also incredibly dangerous and can lead to serious accidents. Let's be real, most riders who attempt stunts on public roads aren't trained professionals. They haven't spent countless hours honing their skills in a controlled environment. They're just average Joes and Janes who think they're invincible. And that's a recipe for disaster. Think about it. Attempting a wheelie on a busy street with cars whizzing by, not the smartest move. Trying to pop a stoppie at a red light with pedestrians crossing the street, downright reckless. These stunts require precision, control, and a healthy dose of common sense, things that often go out the window when ego takes over. And let's not forget about the potential consequences. One wrong move, one miscalculation, and you could end up seriously injured or worse. Is showing off for a few seconds really worth risking your life or the lives of others? Look, I'm not saying you can't enjoy the thrill of riding, but there's a time and a place for everything. If you're serious about stunting, take it to the track. Find a controlled environment where you can practice safely and push your limits without putting yourself or others at risk. Remember, riding a motorcycle is a privilege, not a right, and with that privilege comes a responsibility to ride safely and responsibly. So ditch the ego, keep the stunts for the professionals, and focus on enjoying the ride. Trust me, there's nothing more impressive than a skilled rider who values safety above all else. If you really want to show off your skills, do it in a way that doesn't endanger others. Find an empty parking lot or a designated stunt area. Consider attending a safety course or learning from professionals who can teach you the right techniques. Practice with cones and other obstacles to improve your control and precision. And remember, riding is also about camaraderie and enjoying the open road with friends. Share the joy of riding safely with others, and you'll find that the experience is much more rewarding. At the end of the day, it's not about the stunts you can pull off, but the memories you create and the journeys you embark on. So, ride smart, ride safe, and make every moment on your bike count. So, there you have it. The top 3 riding habits that make you look dumb. Remember, riding a motorcycle is all about freedom, adventure, and camaraderie. but it's also about responsibility, respect, and safety. By ditching these foolish habits and adopting a more responsible approach to riding, you'll not only improve your skills and enhance your enjoyment, but also ensure that you're around to enjoy countless more miles on the open road. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips and tricks. Ride safe, everyone.